Hello and welcome. We're told that the lengths in feet of the sides of the right triangle ABC are shown in the diagram below, with x being a positive number, so x greater than 0. What is the cosecant of angle B in terms of G? Whoops, diagram kind of freaked out there a little bit. Alright, so essentially we're trying to find the cosecant of angle B in terms of G. So, do we have to solve for G? Is that asking us to solve for G? No, you'll see G's all over these answers. You're not solving for G. Your only goal is to find the cosecant of the angle B. Angle B is in this corner. So then you'd say, all right, well, remember, this is going to be a right triangle trigonometry problem, where essentially all you're doing is you go with your main three trig functions. Remember our little acronym here. We have most popular is SOHCAHTOA. All right, where the S stands for sine, C is cosine, and T is tangent. Alright, and then this OH, AH, and OA represent the sides of a triangle in relation to the angle you're looking at. So O is the opposite side, H hypotenuse, A is the adjacent side. Well, opposite and adjacent to what? To the angle that's being specified. So, for example, if we were to draw a little line coming right from angle B, we'd hit this side with the G labeled for it. And this is the opposite side, because it's literally directly opposite from angle B inside of the triangle. Now we'll notice the square root of 36 minus G squared is literally adjacent to B. It's right next to it. And that is what adjacent means if it's right next to a definition. Adjacent says, hey, that's what adjacent means. So there you go. Bam, adjacent. Okay, and then always, always, always across from your right angle is your hypotenuse. Alright, and those are your three sides. So you'd say, alright, well, cosecant. Is cosecant either sine, cosine, or tangent? None of the above, right? Cosecant is something different, but hopefully you know that cosecant relates to one of your three trig functions over here. Okay, we call cosecant a reciprocal function. Okay, now how do we remember which reciprocal it is? I always think S with the C. Alright, so sine, its reciprocal has to start with a C. Right, where it can't be cosine because cosine's already in the SOHCAHTOA, right? It's already in the main three. So you'd say, alright, well, then sine, its reciprocal is cosecant, which is what we're looking for, right? Let's say that we weren't given cosecant. What if we were given cosine, right? Its reciprocal is secant, and tangent's reciprocal is cotangent. Alright? So always think S with a C. So sine's reciprocal is cosecant. Cosine's reciprocal is secant. The only one that kind of actually sounds like it should go together is tangent and cotangent. Okay, so those are your reciprocal functions. So if we're looking for the cosecant of this one, then I'd say, all right, well, cosecant is the reciprocal of sine. Now, hopefully you know what reciprocal means. It just means that if you have a fraction like 1/2, the reciprocal of 1/2 would be 2 over 1. You just flip the fraction. So that means that if sine, its two sides that it relates together is the opposite and hypotenuse, specifically that sine of whatever angle, in this case B, we're looking at is the opposite over hypotenuse, those two sides, then that means that the cosecant of angle B has to be the hypotenuse over the opposite side, simply because we know that reciprocal of sine is cosecant. Reciprocal just means flip there. Okay, so all we have to do from there, we already know what our hypotenuse is, that's 36, right? And we already know what our opposite side is, that's G. And there's your answer. You're done. Okay, it's just a matter of, do you know SOHCAHTOA? Do you know your main three functions? Do you know what the reciprocal of those main three functions are? Alright, do you know what sides it relates to? Flip it. Bam. Done. Okay, not too shabby. Thanks for watching.